did this face come to say goodbye?
I don't think that's a plane. It's a spaceship in trouble.
Welcome back to the Nerdy Grail and welcome to a brand new discussion video here for you today. I mean, it's not just a discussion video, it's also a look back over character options and in particular Doctor Who figurines, because as you can see behind me, I've got a few of the latest editions or some of the latest figure sets that have come out for Doctor Who, you know, like the Vortex editions of the 15th Doctor and Ruby Sunday, the Vortex edition of the 3rd Doctor with Sonic Screwdriver and Maggots. We've had a few of the B&M sets, so we've got like the Friends and Foes of the Doctor, and we got the Parting of the Ways Dalek set from History of the Daleks. There's a lot of really good figurines, but that is in particular because literally today we had the announcement of the second major character options exclusive figure set that is due to release now pretty soon. You can already order it, add it to your basket, and hopefully it will get dispatched soon. I'm, of course, talking about the 14th Doctor and the Meep Vortex Edition Figure Collector's Set, which we all wondered, were we going to get any merchandise for the Meep? Because, come on, let's be real, the Meep was designed for merch. Let's be real, you could get like plushies of it or cushions or anything of the Meep. So I'm surprised it's taken this long to actually get a figure of the Meep. And it does look really, really cool. I'll have a picture of it on the screen for you here. But what I wanted to do in today's video is to look back over some of the releases that we've got, maybe have a little look at the articles and the websites that are talking about this figure set, have a little look what it looks like a proper look, and also discuss what we get for our money and discuss, is that really worth the price that we pay? Because obviously the price of figures has gone up. But let's waste no more time and let's jump straight into our first little article that we're going to have a little look at, discussing the release of the second of, I believe, 5 sets that's due to come out this year for the Doctor Who figure range. Okay, so I think the best place to start and the first article to start with is a site that I use quite a lot in order to find out the latest box set releases, DVD releases, Blu-ray releases, audio releases, and figure releases, and that is the Doctor Who site, or the Doctor Who Merchandise Guide, which have put a post up on June 16th, 2025. There's already loads of comments on it, and it is advertising it as the 14th Doctor and the Meep Vortex Edition figure set, and they give you then the link to the character options website where you can then pre-order if it's a pre-order, or order the figures if they're already available, which I've already ordered mine, so hopefully I'll get a dispatch notification at some point for them, and when they arrive I will obviously do an unboxing of these figures. But it says here, character options latest exclusive Vortex set revealed. The second Doctor Who exclusive figure set of 2025 has been officially confirmed by Character Options and the BBC Studios as a Vortex edition of the 14th Doctor and the Meep. The set will go on sale today, Monday the 16th of June 2025, solely through the www.characteronline.com. This set is a celebration of the 60th anniversary episode The Star Beast, and includes the 14th Doctor, as played by David Tennant, without his jacket, as well as the Sonic Screwdriver accessory. In addition, fans will find a stunning Meep figure as part of a new range of Vortex sets. The figures feature a highly specification decoration applied over base colour plastics for extra detail. And if we scroll down, you get a bit of a look at the figure itself. So this is the 14th Doctor. As you can see, he doesn't have his coat, unlike the only other figure that we've got of the 14th Doctor, which you can get in the Doctor Who The Regeneration set, which was released a few years ago, where you get the Jodie Whittaker figure with all the mishmash of other costume bits from all the other Doctors, and then you get the 14th Doctor in the blue coat. So it's the second figure to get for the 14th Doctor. And then we've got the Meep, where you've got the cuddly Meep there, all shy and timid, and then you've got the Meep once she's revealed her true identity with the sharp teeth and the eyes. And then they've got different hand movements as well with the little weapon that the Meep uses in order to kill the Wrathwire robots. And then you've got a mini 14th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver, which is really, really nice. The mould doesn't look too bad. You can sort of tell who it is. You can tell it's David Tennant. And then you've got the nice coatless 14th Doctor, which we all thought, are we going to get that? Because to be fair, he takes the coat off almost as much as he wears the coat in the 60th, so you kind of got to have it. It's almost like that's his iconic look as well. Then you go down a little bit more. It says, about the set. This set comprises of 2 figures. The 14th Doctor is presented without his signature long jacket, but in shirt, sleeves, and waistcoat. The head, which has been recast from the previous release, is decorated in the new Vortex style, and in addition, the figure comes with a sonic screwdriver accessory. The second figure is the nefarious Meep. The figure is a first for the Vortex range with 2 interchangeable heads. One, the placid Meep expression, and the other, the evil maniacal Meep expression. It also has 3 sets of interchangeable hands. The first set echoes the meek under the chin pose. The second is an open-handed pose, and the third one incorporates the Meep's blaster. It has waist articulation and ball joint posable arms, and elbows with internal pins. Aldawar Character Options Creative Director added, it's always good to do something new with the range, and I think this set is going to genuinely blow folks' socks off. We've not done a figure with so many accessories and interchangeable parts, but the Meep is the perfect test bed, being such a split character behaviour-wise. And then it just gives you a little bit of a description about the episode itself, the Star Beast. You know, talking about the 14th Doctor landing in London, re-encountering Donna, Rose, husband Sean, and how, obviously, Rose encountered the Meep, who was seemingly innocent, who was on the run from these monsters known as the Wrath Warriors, but it turned out, actually, the Meep was the evil one all along, mind-controlling unit soldiers, and was planning on destroying all of London. We don't really need to go into the plot line of the Star Beast, but that is sort of the basic premise. And then right at the end of the article, you've got a nice picture of what the set will look like. It looks like it's going to be one of the thicker boxes, the wider boxes for the Vortex editions. Quite nice colour palette as well, I like that. The blue, the red, the orange, the yellows, really, really nice here. And it gives you a bit of a description of it. The 14th Doctor and the Meep Vortex Edition figure set. 14th Doctor 5+, character option logo, with alternate Meep head and hands, and 14th Doctor screwdriver. 5.5 inches by 14 centimeter scale. High Deco Vortex Edition figures. Really, really nice. But that is the first article we're going to have a look at. But I also want to pause the video and we're going to go over to the actual Character Options website and have a look at how they are also advertising this new figure. Okay, and here we are then on the Character Options site. I said we would also take a look at the Character Options site just to see how they're advertising it as well. So you've got the Doctor Who logo, the pink background, which for me more represents Ncuti Gatwa's era, but you know, the 60th anniversary, Disney takeover, it's sort of there as well. It says the 14th Doctor and the Meep Vortex Edition figure set. You know, you've got the option obviously to add it to the basket, how many you want. Has the price point on it as well, so at the moment it's currently retailing at $44.99, which I will discuss in the last part of this video as to whether I think that price is justified or not. Product details, it says this exclusive set is a celebration of the 60th anniversary of the Star Beast and includes the 14th Doctor figure plus the stunning Meep figure as part of the new range of Vortex Edition sets. The figure features a higher specification decoration applied over base colour plastics for extra detail, like we saw over on the other website. It's got the age range here then of 5+, a weight of 0.3700 kg, dimensions of 21 by 6 by 23, and it's got the item code of 0DW08369, and just gives you the generic free delivery on all UK orders over £20, which is a typical thing that we get for the Character Options figure sets. And as you can see here, you've got some different images from the figure itself. So you've got one of the Meep pointing the gun. Then you've got the meek looking one, you know, the more placid version of the Meep, who's a bit shy and scared. You've got a nice posable area here of the 14th Doctor using the sonic screwdriver. Then you obviously can have the 14th Doctor standing normally. I mean, you can pose these figures any way you want, to be honest. And then there you've got another version of the box itself of, you know, with all the colours and how it's going to look when it arrives. There's the two figures side by side. Really, really nice. And I believe there might be another image by here, yeah, which gives you a bit of a look as to everything you get in the box yet again. 14th Doctor, screwdriver, the Meep, all the different hands, and then the scary version of the Meep. But yeah, that's more or less what you get on the character options website. Otherwise, below that, it just gives you another description of what the Star Beast is and where it, where the figures originated, really. But yeah, so the character options website, obviously this is where you get your figures. So when you go to any other site, be it you see it via Facebook or on eBay, or if you see it obviously on the Doctor Who site that I usually use for merchandise, it will send you a link to come here, and this is where you will purchase it. So I just thought I'd give you a quick little look at the character options website, just so you can see where you can actually purchase the figure and what price it is. Which, speaking of the price, I'm going to pause the video and we're going to come back together and I'm going to give you like my overall thoughts on the figure, and also do I think that the price is actually justified for this figure, because I'm always a bit hit or miss when it comes to figures, but I will give you my thoughts in just a sec. Okay, so like I said, we've had a little look at a couple of websites just to see what the figure set looks like, what you get in the figure set, where they got their inspiration from, and then just the price point for the figure itself, which obviously, like I showed you on the character options website, it's retailing for £44.99, which is the same price that the previous Vortex Edition figure that came out, which is the Third Doctor and Sonic Screwdriver. And yes, you can see I do have two of them. This is my fully sealed variant, and that is my open variant where I have taken everything out, but I also do keep the box as well. But yeah, so this also retailed for £44.99. But obviously inside this set, you get a Third Doctor figure, really nice detail on it. You get like the crystal from the Time Monster, so Kronos' crystal. You get a maggot figure, and you get a full version of the Third Doctor's Sonic Screwdriver, as well as also a mini variant as well. But I think it's having a full Sonic Screwdriver, for me, is what sells it more on the price point of £44.99, being not too bad. I still think it's fairly pricey, but considering how much you get in this particular set, I think it's sort of a bit more justified. Whereas when I'm talking about this set, the 14th Doctor and the Meep figure set, where all you've got is a coatless 14th Doctor and a Meep figure, which, yes, true, the Meep figure does have interchangeable hands and a new head, which is really, really good. Don't get me wrong, I think maybe it should be a little bit more on the pricier side, but do I think £44.99 is a little bit too pricey? For me, personally, yes. How much would I really knock it down by? I think maybe realistically this should maybe go for like somewhere between £34.99 and £39.99, so maybe knock it back by either a £5 or a tenner, which I know some of you might be thinking, oh, what's the point, that's barely a change. But, for some people that is a big deal, so I think maybe knock it back by a £5 or a tenner, just because there's a lot more in the previous release that we got as opposed to this one. But I still think this is a fantastic looking figure set, and I am really looking forward to, in particular, having a Meep figure. Because obviously we do already have a 14th Doctor figure in the Regeneration set, but obviously we got a coatless variant this time, which, was worn, well, or not worn, as I should say, almost as much as wearing the blue coat. So this is just as much an iconic look for 14 as the blue coat variant is. Have I picked up copies of the Meep figure set? Like I said earlier, I have put my pre-order, well, not my pre-order in, I did add it to the basket. I've got 2 copies coming, as I usually do. I usually get one version that I will open and use for display purposes and to use in videos and to, just look at outside of the box. And then I always keep a sealed copy in case one gets damaged, and just for display purposes as well, because I'm a bit of a sucker for keeping a sealed copy of stuff, which is what I've got for all the figures that you can see behind me as well. These are all sealed copies that I haven't got rid of yet, but I'm going to probably end up keeping. But yeah, so that is just my overall thoughts and brief little discussion on the brand new announcement of the second in the wave of new character options figures. This is only set 2, and they apparently advertised that there's going to be 5 sets this year. So that means we're still due another 3 sets. So I'm really interested to see what they've got cooking, because both the sets so far have looked gorgeous. Like I said, the third Doctor set there, or a better look at it there, is great, and this new one of the 14th Doctor I think is really, really good. If I was to say what I would like to have as maybe a next one, I think it would be nice to maybe if we could get another figure for, I don't know, maybe get another figure for the War Doctor might be quite nice, or maybe another Fugitive Doctor figure, or, you know, just I want a Doctor that we don't have as many figures of, if I'm being perfectly honest. So maybe a War Doctor figure would be good. You could do like a Day of the Doctor style figure set, you know, maybe have like the War Doctor and the Moment, and maybe a Rose Tyler, considering how Billie Piper has just now sprung back onto our screens in Doctor Who, you know, getting a new version of Billie Piper, you know, I don't think anyone would really complain about. But that is going to be my discussion on the new 14th Doctor and Meep Vortex Edition figure set. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please like it by giving it a thumbs up and comment down below. What do you think of this set, and are you going to be picking it up? And subscribe if you are new. But for now, this is the Nerdy Grail signing off. I hope you've had an amazing day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye for now, everyone.